Them lies, but you gotta make it, cause you gotta preach it, that's every time.
Yo guys, Sidog here, coming at you with a quick one. Not so much a tutorial or anything, but just to let you know, H2M got revived by a bunch of devs or a team with this particular file, which is the same group of devs with their Discord called HMW. It is super duper straightforward what you need to do. I'm just going to open file location, and basically all these files do are fix the current known bugs what H2M was having. It's not so much fix the player base, but it's fixed the game itself. So we're just going to open this. Now naturally all you would need to do is just drag and drop, which you'll see here. I'm going to click. Obviously I've already done these, I'm just going to ignore that. So once you've done, you would run the exe for this, which I've got on my desktop. When you first do this, it will scan to make sure your game is verified and everything else, and at least make sure it's running. As you can see, it's going to re-verify every single time to make sure that everything's working before you'll be able to play. It does, this launcher also auto updates itself, just to make anyone aware. As you can see, it's called Horizon MW. It even states what things have been fixed. And server list, they've got a server master as well, which again seems to be temporary, but on top of that, the previous exe, which I've made a video on right here, you can still use with this. So if you get stuck with server browsing, that is also an option. Now we're just going to sit and wait, because it's going to verify, make sure everything's working, and once it's verified, it's going to allow me to play. So I don't know how long this is going to take. If it takes a bit too long, I'm just going to pause and come right back. But I'm just going to wait a few minutes, see if it does its thing. If not, I will be right back. Yo guys, we are back, and it's obviously all done. It took longer than I thought, so I thought I'd just literally stop recording, restart, so you guys don't have to sit and wait for it. But it did prompt up saying that there was a few missing files which I had to download. But we're going to quickly click on play, and we're going to watch it load. Now bear in mind, every time you do load that, it will naturally prompt and make sure everything is verified and make sure it's the most up to date. If there's any missing files, it will prompt you and go that they're missing, would you like to download them, blah, blah, blah. But you do not necessarily need to download the missing files, as when I first did this I ignored them and it booted absolutely fine. But we're going to just pop into here, see what it's like. Again, like, they made this big fuss about the servers being fixed, but then that would presume that there's a master server which can just run off the internet instead of on favourites, which would render the exe, what was mentioned in a previous video, no longer needed. But nonetheless, we're going to boot this and just to see what it has to offer, because I did look at this and not much had massively changed. And in terms of level, stats or anything, they just mention about certain things already existing being fixed. So we're just going to boot into this and then have a look and see what it's like. But I completely forgot it takes its time. So we shall sit and wait. Yeah, it's obviously fixed the missing files and everything, and it's updated itself, so the background's changed. Okay. So the background I did have has changed. Message of the day. Can I press escape? Yeah. So it's completely updated itself, so if I click on find match, obviously the favourites are getting more and more wiped. So obviously the servers are getting more let's just say not as thingy. As you can see, even nowhere near as many as there were. But if you used to boot up whenever it just starts to, the exe which I've mentioned prior, it is in my Discord if anyone wants to download it. this thing right here. And it's obviously updated itself because there's the normal H2M servers. There's a total of 66 and 28 free players. And then there's even H2M servers, so everything's moved over. So you potentially would be relying on this now that it's got the H2M and this updated. So I'm just going to minimise that. We're going to back out. As you can see on the main menu, things have obviously changed. It's updated the background and everything else compared to the one I was using, which is nice but a little disappointing as well because I like the one I had. Now, has anything changed in here, like maybe new weapons? Any I can particularly see, which I cannot. Nothing seems to be specifically added. It's just potentially certain things being fixed. That was potentially it. Anything on kill streaks been changed? Nope, ignore the ones I've already got. Let's just have a look at this, and oh yeah, I'd have to reclose it and open it. I was going to quickly have a look at the what's it called? The rundown on what's changed. Obviously, all the calling cards and everything. Obviously, these are all custom for me. I've released this already as an unfinished release, just to let people know. And whilst it's on my brain, I do want to add my current YouTube logo as an emblem, just for the sake of it. Which in itself would be nice. Just nosing through this to see what would match it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Again, obviously nothing major has changed other than just a few fixes. And obviously the background and everything else has obviously changed. They've got their own little thing here where you can just nitpick through everything, like so. So obviously they've got their own little featured section here. Open message of the day. Welcome to an initial release to revive H2M mod. Formerly Horizon Edge have worked hard to. It's a fan-form project that gives a okay. So potentially it's the things are fixed. So if I was to reopen this, I mean them servers in there seem to be a bit meh. So it makes me think you'd have to have this, which is not the end of the world. Because as you can see, there is nowhere near as much in regards the H2M server. So if I was to change that by ping, as you can see, there's nowhere near as much as what there used to be, because most people have moved over to the HMW. As you can see, there's a lot more players, so you can look at it and go, there's 119 servers plus 66, there's 176, 180 odd servers with a total of like 70 odd to 80 odd players, which is still okay. It's just a matter of obviously seeing what's what and what servers are available and everything else. But as you can see, most people have moved over to the HMW, as you can see, which then renders a lot of your favourites list now useless. So you are relying on this per se in order to obviously join a server. So if I click on matchmaking, what's it going to do? Okay, there's even a default matchmaking. I didn't even notice this before. Well, it's just to click on and then find match. What's it going to do? So you could just nitpick for all these. So if I was just to click, so I'm not going to find anything because it's a matchmaking which they're trying to implement with this instead of it being server browser based, or potentially have both options available. Within a match with 6 players. So obviously this in itself is a little meh. So obviously that's still a work in progress, that. As you can see. But everything here in the server list, obviously things have moved over. But yeah, that's all I can really say to that, is just the fact that it's been revived, as you can see with the message of the day as well. On top of that, obviously it does show you every time you launch this, obviously things what have been updated, all the files what get updated. But nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you found this useful. The downloads for these will be in my Discord for you to download, absolutely fine. And as well as the server thing that was made in a previous video, that is also ready for you to download in my Discord. Link will be in the description. I'll be adding everything you need for this EXE as well, or this revival. But guys, I will see you in the next video, and as always, peace.